Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spoken Word Sunday with Granddaddy G. This is episode 54, 1975 Poetry. As you can see from the cover photo of this video, in 1975, I was 21 years old. My daughter Jasmine, shown in the photo, was 2 years old. And the car in the photo was my 1968 squareback Volkswagen. My daughter Carrie was born in September of 1975, and I lived with my wife Kathy in Inglewood, California. I worked in the shipping department of an aerospace company called Consolidated Controls on Alaska Avenue in El Segundo. And I lost my job there that year, and I decided that before I got another full-time job, I would become a published author. I would publish all my poetry. I set up a desk and typewriter. Back then there was no internet, so you had to type up everything. And I heard about what's called a poor man's copyright. That's where if you mail your work in a sealed envelope to yourself and the post office stamps it, this one is stamped November 8th, 1975, and it's never been opened in 44 years, but I do have copies of what's inside. And it's the same principle as in the movie Miracle on 34th Street, where the lawyer proved that the old man was Santa Claus, the one and only Santa Claus, by having the post office deliver all of the Santa Claus letters to him at court. So the poor man's copyright, and we didn't have internet, so you had to get magazines like Writer's Digest, The Writer. There was a book called Writer's Market, where you would see the names and addresses and the requirements of the different publishers. You would see contests and things like that. So I would mail them out every week with a stamped self-addressed envelope for them to send back the reply or check. And of course, I got rejection letters and cards that said, sorry, this is not what we're looking for right now. But there was one hit that I did get during that time. It was a magazine called A Different Drummer, and they published my poem. The poem I'm going to read right now. I've looked all over and torn apart all of my files, and I cannot find a copy of the little magazine. That was my payment, was a copy of the publication. But the poem's called Wondering Where the Whispering Wind Was Woven. Dubiously doubting do's and don'ts, deliberately dodging the mind-missing mothers who made up the rules. Freedom flies fast, finding us fools, wondering where the whispering wind was woven. People say that the sky will only draw your eyes away from the ground. That don't bother me none. I still like to look at the sun. Blue looks better anyway. I could look at the sky all day, and in the end, it doesn't matter what people say. Silently sinking so soft and slow, showing sensations from free-floating flame, binded brothers bearing the blame, wondering where the whispering wind was woven. Staying high in your mind is the secret to not letting the concrete drive you down. Music keeps me in the air. Melodies are everywhere. It keeps me wondering where the whispering wind was woven. So that was my one publication. I gave it 30 days and then I had to get a job. So this is an artifact that one of my descendants might find and might be worth a lot of money one day. But I'm going to read some more of the poems that are inside here. Then I'll end with this one and I'll do more next week. This one is called Rebirth. My life began again, 12 noon, first day of May, 21st spring of my existence. A screen appeared before me and fell upon my writing tablet, sifting out my inner fears and secret inhibitions. The light poured through the bathroom curtains, filtered by the trees next door, and began to quiver. My eyes sensed these vibrations. Lifting myself out of the water and into the sunshine, I once again gazed upon my life's journey. Through a looking glass, I saw the day my father kicked my ass against the wall for not coming straight home from school. I never came home straight from school again. I had no reason to face the face of torment and oppression that I saw every day in the mirror. My wandering resulted in me breaking the mirror, transforming it into an open window through which I saw my father and myself as one more drop in the river of life. Thank you, everybody. More 1975 poetry next week. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. Have a great week. I'll see you next Sunday on Spoken Word Sunday with Granddaddy G.